I have now been a part of multiple collaborative book projects, both writing in them and publishing them. And today I want to talk about the lessons that I've learned and why you might want to consider becoming a part of a collaborative book project. I'm so excited you're here for today's episode of The Written Compass. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Written Compass. Shayna Hartman here. I'm super excited to talk with you guys for today's episode. And we are in full summer swing here in North Carolina and in the States. And I find that summer is a nice time to kind of reflect. And we are right in the midst of finishing one of our newest collaborative books. And I want to talk about it today and just some of the lessons that I've learned from writing and participating in collaborative books, as well as publishing them. So first, just a little backstory around how I started to work with and help create and write in collaborative books. So Laura Wick is one of our clients. She has an amazing book out called The Body Mind Method. Go check it out if you have not already. And she's also been my coach off and on over the years. I am a certified body mind coach, which is her personal IFC, International Coaching Federation approved coaching certification program. And it was really what helped me shift my career, my life, all kinds of things. And so she has a high level program that she has done before called Fiercely Aligned. And as I was supporting her with that group, and one of the outcomes was that they were going to put together a collaborative book. And it was all about claiming coach. That's actually the title of the book. And just talking about the journey of being a life coach and supporting people in coaching. And so that was my first efforts in both contributing, because I got to contribute to the book and be a published author in there as well as supporting other people in writing for a collaborative book process. And after doing that and experiencing that, it became really clear that this is a really powerful tool. So that led us in our company, my company, to start to create these collaborative books. And so we put together a group and we created our first collaborative book from Synergy Publishing Group called Capturing the In-Between. And it was all stories, all from people who identify as women, and it's available on Amazon and Kindle and paperback. And it was all about that in-between space where we're not where we used to be in life and in our goals, and we're not quite where we want to be or hope to be. And how do we navigate that in-between space? And so just beautiful stories and experiences that were shared in that book. And now we have, last year, we created what was going to be, we thought we were going to be doing just one collaborative book a year. That was our goal. So in 2022, we did Capturing the In-Between. In 2023, we did Unveiling the Secrets, which was subtitled Encyclopedia by Women for Women and Those Who Love Them. And we had a live event in October celebrating the authors of Unveiling. And as we were finishing up kind of promoting the book, and it's still carrying on and having a life all on its own, we realized we had more stories to tell. We had more things we wanted to share. We had more secrets that wanted to be revealed about all kinds of aspects and things that go on in our life and that we experience as humans. And so we had this big aha boom that this needs to be a series. And so we wanted and are continuing, and now on book 2 of the Unveiling the Secrets series. So our second book is coming out later this year. We're very excited. You're going to hear more about it over the podcast, I'm sure, and on social media. So if you're not following me, make sure you head to the Shayna_V at Instagram and follow me there. You'll hear all about it. And so I wanted to talk about all of this history and experience with collaborative books now, the lessons that I've kind of learned, again, from being a part of them, contributing to them, as well as being on the publishing side of them. So the first lesson kind of takeaway that I see happening with collaborative books is you receive all the benefits as an author of publishing, of being a published author, with way less words. Just the practical aspects of you don't have to write as much. Now, what's cool about our Unveiling the Secrets book series, and I'm going to tell you how you can be a part of that series if you choose to here at the end of the episode, but part of the Unveiling the Secret series that we do is we actually allow people to contribute multiple pieces, we call them. We often don't wind up with what we consider chapters in a true form, but rather pieces. Some of our people write poetry, some of them write kind of essays, personal essays, some kind of intermix different genres together. Some have included drawings and artwork and stuff before. So it winds up being this really interesting collage of voices that come together. And they just don't have to write as much because they're not carrying the whole book. We usually have around 10 authors, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So they're each receiving the benefits of another publication or their first publication, their first published author experience with way less words. And we don't put, a lot of people are like, what's the average length for a contribution? And I put no limits on it because typically, and you can go back and listen to other podcasts where I talk about this, if you're asking about length, there's probably something else that I want to coach you on and talk you through as a writer over length, because it's not about how many words are there. It's about the quality and the embodiment of those words. So I really love supporting people, and my team and I love supporting people in receiving the benefits of publishing, but with just way less words. So that's the first lesson, that kind of aha that we're having around this experience. The second one is probably the most important, if I'm honest, and that is that community. Community is everything with a collaborative book. It's literally a multi-authored book. So you're literally bringing multiple people together. And what I've seen before is that a lot of times people just send in a contribution and they have no support. They have little to no feedback. Their chapter is accepted, but they don't really know, like, how's it landing with the people who are putting the book together. And we really have created a community. We have writing days together. We get feedback. Cindy, our lead writing coach, reads every single word multiple times that our authors, our contributors include. And it's that powerful recursive back and forth of hearing other people and what they're writing. And then you get inspired. It's that affirmation that you feel when people, oh man, I read your draft and it is just so amazing. It gave me ideas for my own draft, and so on and so forth. It's just this really nice community that gets developed. And so a collaborative book, literally in the title of the type of book it is about collaboration. It is about connection, and it is about building a community. So I think the number one lesson, but I'm putting it as number two today, is that community is everything. So if you really want to be a part of something, you want to feel and experience it, then considering and being a part of collaborative books, or even in your own communities, considering bringing people together and saying, hey, let's share what we've been learning and talking about and discussing and putting it out there in the world as a collaborative book is something that's just really, really cool. The third lesson that I've realized is it really increases your reach. So more authors equals more potential readers. And the reason is, when you're a single author for your book, you really have a little bit of limitation in that you are working and activating your network, the people who are around you and who follow you on social media, or if you have an email list, or just, people you're connected with in life, your friends, your family, acquaintances, community, so on and so forth. But when you have a book that has multiple authors, imagine 8, 10, 12, 15 authors in it, you are by default being activated into their networks as well. So it literally multiplies the potential readers and the reach more than you really ever could. So that's really, really exciting. It's a way to get your words and yourself out into the world and reach more readers. And that was something I hadn't really thought about too much. But as each of these books come out, it's really cool to see who they connect with in our networks, like who winds up reading them. And then the feedback and the reviews that we receive are just from so many different people. And yes, they'll talk about maybe the author that they did know and kind of what led them to read the book in the first place. Oh, this is my friend Cindy, or I'm Shayna's aunt, or whatever. And then it's really cool to see how they respond to all the other authors that they read in the book. And that just is just such a really unique experience. So it really increases your reach to be a part of a collaborative book. And that's why I'm really excited to talk more and share about our Unveiling the Secrets series. So as our second book comes out, we kind of had it as a wildcard book, meaning we didn't have a distinct theme in the same way that we did the first book, which has the subtitle An Encyclopedia for Women, by Women, and Those Who Love Them. And that book was really focused about the things that people don't tell us as women that we kind of have to learn in hushed rooms or just by accident because we experienced something. And as we were putting together the second book, we weren't really sure what the theme would be. And so people started writing. Here's that community piece. They started seeing what wanted to show up. The words started to tell us what wanted to show up. And then all of a sudden, this book really revealed itself as a Kickstarter for the rest of the series. So we've got all kinds of opportunities and options that are showing up for us through this particular next book that's going to be coming out later this year. And some of those themes are from surviving to thriving, like the artistic endeavor and creativity and what that process is like, body image, aging, mental health, relationships, trusting ourselves as humans, health crisis, healing, asking questions over having answers. And so what we are doing now is putting out an invitation that will always be out in the world. We are constantly going to be putting out Unveiling the Secrets series. So I want to formally invite you to potentially become a published author. So we now have a new process for becoming a part of our Unveiling the Secrets series. It is open to anyone and everyone who feels like they have something they want to contribute as a part of this series and to support the mission at Synergy Publishing. And I'm going to share that mission here just so we have a reminder of what it is. At Synergy Publishing Group, we envision a world where all voices are heard and all experiences are valued. We believe writing is a pathway to connecting with self and honoring our experiences. We encourage the sharing of our voices with the world because we believe it promotes community, connections, and collective healing. Through embodied writing experiences, Synergy Publishing Group guides and supports writers, scribblers, and storytellers on their unique journey to leave a legacy with their words. So the Unveiling the Secrets author submission process is now available. You can go to shanahartman.com/author submissions, and we'll have this linked in the show notes. And you can fill out a form, learn more about the process. There is a fee to submit your work, and we've got a couple of different ways you can submit. You can either write a piece all on your own and submit that kind of, full, complete piece and potentially get accepted. Either way, you're going to get editorial feedback from us as the writing coaches. Or if you've just got an idea and you want to receive our support in helping you finish your polished piece, then we've got a process for you. And that's all on the website, shanahartman.com/author submissions. So we are opening up the Unveiling the Secrets series. We want as many voices and people to come together. We cannot wait to see. We have big, big goals for producing multiple collaborative books over each year so that we can really, really, really unveil our voices and really speak truth out into the world. So whether you have written something or and you want to write something on your own and submit for potential publication, or you have an idea and you want to become a part of the Unveiling movement and want support to write your contribution, we've got two pathways that you can do. And again, when you head to shanahartman.com/author submissions, it will give you all of the details on that. So I'm super excited for what is next for our collaborative book series. And next, I want to continue to share the excitement around our sponsor. This is our first sponsor for the Written Compass. We have a partnership with Heather Bartos. She is a medical professional. She has been advocating for women's health. It kind of goes along with our Unveiling the Secrets series. She is a doctor, and she has been a part of corporate medicine and for many, many, many years, and eventually just felt like she wasn't doing her patients justice. And she felt like she was just becoming another doctor on the conveyor belt of healthcare and really wanted a different path. She's also a Reiki master, an energy healer, along with being a physician. And she really envisioned a sanctuary where medical excellence converges with soulful wellness. And that is the space that includes her powerful program that we are supporting and promoting here through the Written Compass, all around Menopause Rocks. And she has an amazing collaborative group called Menopause Mothership. I'm actually a part of this group. I've been working with Heather and have just been so excited about finally being heard, about being understood, about where I am on my journey and my health, and actually receiving genuine, authentic, experienced medical professional help, and in a much quicker way and a much more efficient way than any of my previous experiences kind of as a human who uses healthcare. So we are going to make sure you have all the information that you need to consider joining the Menopause Mothership community. She has all kinds of resources. There's Q&A, there's live calls, there's recordings. There's so much information that I just can't wait to get out into the hands of as many people as possible. We'll have the link in our show notes as always. So thank you so much, Heather, for the work you do in the world and for supporting the work we do here at the Written Compass. As always, take care. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Written Compass. If you are enjoying this content, do me a favor and go and review the podcast. This allows me to share and get these messages out to the people who really need them, who we want to read their books in the future. You can also go and share your thoughts and tag me at @ShaynaHartman_ on Instagram. Again, this is just a way for us to get connected and share the writing love. And if you know that you are ready to write your book, that message that's been burning inside of you for a long time, then I want to talk to you. My team and I want to talk to you. Head on over to ShaynaHartman.com and click Work with Us. From there, you'll see an application to explore and see if writing your book is your next best step.